at CollectCo for Tuesday night's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know, say hi, and join the chat. Actually, commenting as much as possible. So, commenting as much as possible really helps the chat. So maybe you can comment hello in 5 different languages, which is hello, hola, and that's all I know. You know any more, Seth? Ciao. That's goodbye. Arrivederci. Okay. Let's see here. Trying to get my crew hyped up. It's a tough challenge. Quiet folk. All right. Let's see here. Copy link. Let me go over here to. Let's see. We didn't do a hot picture today. Oh, man, I know what I was going to do. I'll have to do that tomorrow. I was going to film a tour of the back room. I may just film it and narrate it instead of actually me being on camera. That might be best. All right, I got to share it. I guess now we just got to get it over on YouTube. Anybody else watching? I only see 2 comments. Is there only 2 comments on the screen right now, Tanner? Well, I hope that more people's on, but I think that there may be something up with the chat, so we'll figure that out in just a second. Right now, I can only see Alex and Mike, and I know Craig would be on by now, and many other people, so let me get this shared on the story right quick. Yeah, we might need to reset the chat over here. All right, now try to comment. Mike Massey, I see your test. Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're good now. Okay, let me go grab my drink and we'll get started. We're actually kind of early, technically. So, but not really. All right. Early is always best, says Jerry Stone. I agree. Earlier we start, more we can show and sell. We love showing and selling. Here we go. I do have new vinyl tonight. So I'm sure some people like Jerry Stone would love to see the new vinyl, right, Jerry Stone? So let's see what we've got in stock with new vinyl. I'm going to set this crate over here. We've been through, is this the one? Actually, well, did this get mixed up? Slipknot. Is there more Slipknots over here? There was a crate. Oh no. Did somebody do some crate condensing today? I think so. Or did you do some earlier? Okay. It looks like Doug or my mom. Don't want to blame Doug or my mom. Sometimes they get doing some crate condensing, and I had everything just the way I wanted it, and I think they did. So I'll go through about the first half of this crate. We'll change some crates. We'll change some crates quick. We're not going to go through whole crates, but I had some made, and I think there's been some crate condensing here. Okay. All right, so we have Motorhead, Kiss of Death, exclusive silver vinyl. Motorhead is $36.99. Kiss of Death, $36.99 on Motorhead. Collective Soul, Hence Allegations and Things Left Unsaid. Collective Soul is $34.99. Motorhead, Motorizer, transparent blue vinyl. Motorhead Motorizer, $36.99 for Motorhead Motorizer. Also, the first Slipknot album, which is called Slipknot, that's limited edition lemon yellow vinyl, $28.99. Ozzy, Ordinary Man, $29.99. Lenny Kravitz's Greatest Hits is $48.99. And Def Leppard Hysteria is $48.99. It's really just this first few back here. Just the first few back here. Motorhead, some I hadn't shown in a couple days, maybe a couple weeks. Collective Soul, Motorhead Motorizer, and then Slipknot self-titled, $28.99. That's not really the crate I wanted to go through, but that's all I got for right now. There's the rest of them's back here, I think. Yeah, that's the rest of them. Looks like they took a batch and stuck it in random parts of all of the crates. So last night we had a truck delivered, and I spent a lot of time emptying crates and kind of condensing stuff, and I had a feeling if I didn't let somebody know not to touch anything, it would get touched. So the newest new vinyl I want to go through is right here. Let me go ahead and do that. So we do have new vinyl for tonight. We've got 4 crates of new vintage, and they're pretty full, so we might as well say we got 5 or 6 crates of vintage. They are pretty full. So first thing we've got here is a file cabinet, though. We are low on crates. When we get back from buying trips, crates, this is why we don't sell these. People want to buy these every day. We could sell them, but 1, it's kind of hard to ship them, and 2, we always need them. I could use 10 more pallets of them right now. So first, we have Pearl Jam Riot Act. There was actually a waiting list for this. Pearl Jam is $38.99. That's called Riot Act. And Edward Star Wars, he was on a waiting list for that. I've got 1 additional copy of Pearl Jam Riot Act. And back in stock is the new Foo Fighters album, $31.99, white vinyl, Foo Fighters, but here we are. Foo Fighters is $31.99. We've got 1 copy of the Old Crow Medicine Show live at Third Man Records. That is $33.99. Recorded direct to acetate. That live show was recorded direct to acetate. I'm sure that sounds really cool, really good. $33.99. Sherry Darnell, you was on a waiting list for that. And by the way, Keith Moyers, we got your replacement copy of Foo Fighters in. So that came in with that shipment. Sherry Darnell was on the waiting list for Old Crow. Charles Manson live at San Quentin, an hour of songs and improvisation recorded in his jail cell in 1983. Charles Manson at San Quentin, $29.99. Austin Calderon, first on Foo Fighters. That's sold to Austin Calderon. We got 1 Charles Manson. Eric Church, Mr. Understood. This is the newest reissue on blue vinyl of Eric Church, Mr. Understood. That's on blue vinyl. We have Leslie Holt. You was on the waiting list for this. Leslie Holt, you was on the waiting list for this. Mr. Understood, that's on blue vinyl. I've got 2 left at $36.99. Matthew Chris is going to take the Charles Manson at San Quentin. I probably should have got more of those. Let's see if does this one have the... There's actually a song, I have it he has a couple songs that actually don't sound, it sounds like 60s folk rock. They're actually not bad. So I think before he went psycho, he was actually quite artistic in the music department. So that's so to Matthew, Chris, Patty, I'll put you on a waiting list, and I'll put you on a waiting list, and I'll have some more though. There's also a record called The Manson Family. Some of that's kind of trippy to listen to too. Don't listen to it too much though. Don't listen to it too much. You your head might start hurting. Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes, $42.99. Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes, $42.99. We have the Steel Drivers. This is the one that has Chris Stapleton on it, $33.99. Steel Drivers, $33.99. The Grammy-nominated 2008 debut from the Steel Drivers, $38.99. That's the one that has Chris Stapleton on it. Those are back in stock. We've got 1, 2, 3 copies of those. 3 copies of those, $33.99. Jerry Stone also on the Charles Manson waiting list, and Brian C. as well. Kenny Heathcock wants the Steel Drivers. Yeah, he was hanging out with the Beach Boys there for a while out in California. Eric Church caught in the act. I didn't realize this was back in print, but it's a 4th pressing on yellow vinyl, and as I know, these can get quite pricey, some of those OG copies of this. $41.99, Eric Church caught in the act. That's 2 LP yellow vinyl, $41.99. $41.99 on Eric Church caught in the act. This is a new release. First time on vinyl, I believe. Lil Wayne, The Carter 3. That's $54.99. 2 LP, Lil Wayne, $54.99. I've got 3 of those. I've got the 2 new Disney soundtracks, which is Cars and Toy Story, on transparent red and dark red vinyl. Those are $54.99. They're UK imports. The Cars and Toy Story, $54.99 on that. And I did get a restock of the new Howlin' Wolf, which is, the actual title of it's Boy, You Got More Blues Here. It's a new 10-inch, $39.99. We had 2 people on a waiting list for that, which was Kyle Gregory and Sherry Darnell. You was on a waiting list for that. Kyle Gregory and Sherry Darnell was on a waiting list for that. Lily Lawson said both. I believe Lily may be wanting the Disney soundtracks. If that's true, just say Disney sold, and I'll know that you want both of those. And there was somebody wanting these. Kenny Heathcock. Kenny Heathcock, I got you down for Toy Story and for Cars. The feed a little wacky for you, Tanner? Feed's a little wacky for me, too. Lily Lawson on Disney. Lily, have we sold to you before? Let me know if that's first time. I think I have sold to you before, but I'll make sure. Austin Calderon wants a Lil Wayne. 2 of those left. Joe Musser wants one of the Eric Churches. I'm assuming you won't caught in the act, Joe Musser. That's so due. When we first went live, the feed comment was a little wonky. We use software to be able to stream to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I know the other night there was 2 or 3 other sellers on Facebook trying to broadcast, and they couldn't go live at all. So Facebook's been a little weird the last probably 5 days. So right now, though, I'm seeing everything. It's just kind of out of order, maybe, and just a little bit delayed. So Eric Church also on for Jerry Stone. All right, so that was a little half crate of new vinyl that came in for today. Some new stuff and some restocks. Pearl Jam Riot Act is $38.99. We have Foo Fighters, the newest album, but here we are, white vinyl, 1 left, $31.99. Old Crow Medicine Show Live, $33.99. Mr. Understood by Eric Church, blue vinyl, that's $36.99. Jerry wants Mr. Understood, not caught in the act. Yes, not caught in the act. And who got the other one? The other Eric Church went to Joe Musser, and I'm assuming he wanted caught in the act. So give that to Jerry, Mr. Understood, and I'll take back this because that's my last copy. So if you do want caught in the act or Mr. Understood, that's Mr. Misunderstood. Mr. Misunderstood. Wow. Not misunderstood. Okay, Mr. Misunderstood. Wow. I don't think anybody was even catching that. Caught in the Act Live. That's a weird title. Monica Malley. Foo Fighters. That's sold to Monica Malley. Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes. $42.99. I usually rely on the Sean says he don't understand. I usually rely on corrections when I'm saying something wrong. The Steel Drivers is $33.99. I've got 2 of those left. And I've got Lil Wayne, The Carter 3, $54.99. Urban Legends label, Parental Advisory, 2 LP, $54.99. And I have 1 of the Howlin' Wolves left, featuring Willie Johnson guitar, $39.99. So the stuff that we had on waiting list already was Charles Manson at San Quentin, 3 or 4 people on the waiting list for that, and including Paul Brothers. And then we sold out of Disney. We're going to start a waiting list for the Cars soundtrack and the Toy Story soundtrack. Like I said on those, let me show you the Lion King since we sold out of those. These are UK imports. This is actually about the only way you can get a high quality vinyl soundtrack of these Disney movies, especially like Cars and Toy Story and Lion King. Those are usually on picture disc, and they're not the best quality. These newer picture discs are much better than these vintage picture disc, but this is the other one if you don't have this one, the Lion King. And I think there was some, I think I missed out on Tarzan before that. And that also reminds me, we didn't make a note to order the Little Mermaid because I hadn't ordered that one yet, the new one. So Europe is not in yet. No Europe, and I will check on Frozen in this format. I know I can get it as a picture disc, but I'm trying to just order these like high quality vinyl imports before they're gone and we can't get them anymore. All right, first crate of new vintage stuff. There's some nice looking stuff in here. Like a If You Want Blood, You Got It. I think he's still pulling stuff from Wisconsin. So we got Wayne's collection in the back, which probably hadn't been touched now in 4 or 5 days. We just unloaded an entire truck of all kinds of different stuff. We've got everything from a killer collections of 45s, including promos and high-grade obscurities, punk 45s. We bought a whole collection of punk 45s on this trip. There's a couple. One of the last collections he got in Ohio was just all like hard rock and metal. You know, I remember some of the titles like, you know, your typical 80s hair metal stuff, but there was some stuff in there that I don't see too often, including like, they were reissues, but grunge stuff too, like Temple of the Dog and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains and Motley Crue. So we have an incredible amount of stuff to get to. Collections after collections are stored in the back, and we're going to really focus on trying to get a lot of that out in the next couple weeks. AC/DC is a German pressing of If You Want Blood, You Got It. It's beautiful. It's really nice. It's a $35 start. This is If You Want Blood, You've Got It, AC/DC. A German pressing, $35 start. Really nice cover, as you can tell. That's a 78 OG German pressing. $35 start on that. $35 start on AC/DC If You Want Blood. I've also got a Japanese UK Flash Series number 2 with the Beatles. This actually came with one of our recent collection acquisitions. It's near mint and pristine. So this came from a recent collection. I think this may have been from Wisconsin or maybe something we just picked up. That's a $55 start. AC/DC, or excuse me, that's AC/DC. I was reading a comment. This is the Beatles with Obi, and I think it has the insert with it, and it's really nice and pristine. That's a $55 start. $55 start on that. So let me see. Before I show this first crate. This first crate has some great stuff in it. I know I wanted to pull those two out. I'm leaving some really great records in here as usual for Buy It Now, so I just hope you're on standby and ready when those pop up. I'm laying the crate on the table right now, and then I'm going to see what I've missed in the comments. So yeah, great first crate here of new vintage stuff. Let me move this crate back over here. And let's see here. Europe is not in. Europe comes out in August, Sean says. If that's true, then they've pushed back the release date. The Little Wayne Patrick was $54.99. The Rubber Soul Nigel, you got that for $65. 8 Todd's at $35 on AC/DC. Looking for a $55 start on the Beatles. New vintage arrivals. Let's see what we have in here. Do you have more new vinyl? Yes, I do. I will do it after this crate. Boston, Don't Look Back, $34.99. Boston, Don't Look Back, original inner sleeve, orange epic label, OG, near mint, $34.99. John Mayall, The Turning Point, $24.99. John Mayall, The Turning Point, $24.99. Red Polydor. Molly Hatchet, Beating the Odds with the Frank Frazetta artwork. Very cool. $19.99. I have some Frank Frazetta toy statues that look like this artwork, if anybody's interested in those. $19.99. Molly Hatchet, Beating the Odds. Michael McDonald, $14.99. Self-titled Michael McDonald. Our original inner sleeve, $14.99. The World of Johnny Horton, featuring the Battle of New Orleans, North to Alaska. Johnny Reb, $19.99. 2 LP compilation. Wonderful World of, or The World of Johnny Horton. The Willie Way. Boy, that's something I've never seen. I don't know if I've ever had this one. $54.99. $54.99. The Willie Way, Willie Nelson, orange RCA label, 1972 Indianapolis press. I've seen that cover before on like a Pickwick record before. That's an orange RCA, $54.99. Let's see here. Nigel Del Rocket on the wonderful. Oh, no, he was saying wonderful. Craig Weatherford on MM, which is Michael McDonald. And Terrell wants the Johnny Horton. I thought I saw a Horton comment on there. Was the Beatles Japanese a DMM cut? I do not know. It's a we've got it marked a 1976 Japanese pressing. If there's a way to identify that, I will certainly look for you. I don't know. John didn't make any note of that when he priced this. The Obi is off the cover. It's not damaged. It's just detached. Back cover, EMI. I do not see anything that says DMM, David. No. So that's a $55 start. UK Flag Series number 2. All right, 1976 AC/DC is on a final call for $35. Deep Purple Machine Head, a 72 German pressing, Horzu, 72 German pressing of Machine Head, $39.99. Flip open cover, purple island label, $39.99 on Deep Purple Machine Head. Some cool stuff in here tonight so far. Blues Breakers, John Mayall with Eric Clapton. This is the London Collector Series repress of this, $29.99. Michael Herrera is at $36 on AC/DC. Triangle, the Beau Brummels in shrink wrap, $29.99. Gold Warner Brothers label and mono, the Beau Brummels Triangle in shrink wrap, $29.99. Michael's at $36 on AC/DC. Todd's at $37. Manfred Mann's Earth Band watch has a promo sticker on the front, $14.99. I don't know if I've ever seen that Manfred Mann. No promo markings on the label. Very clean though. $14.99 Manfred Mann's Earth Band watch. The Hollies, What Goes Around. The Hollies is $14.99. What Goes Around. Fairport Convention, A Movable Feast. Recorded live in concert. Fairport Convention, $19.99. The Beatles, Help, is a 1973 UK French export press, $34.99. The Beatles, Help, Black Parlophone, that is a 73 UK, $34.99. AC/DC's at $38. Final call on the Beatles at a $55 start. If not, I'll make it a buy it now. Johnny Cash, The Man in Black. Hadn't seen this in a while, $14.99. Johnny Cash, Man in Black, very clean vinyl. Gina Charles, first on the Hollies. That's so to Gina Charles. We have Elton John, Breaking Hearts, $19.99. Terrell Boatnight, first on Johnny Cash. That's so to Terrell. Simon and Garfunkel, The Concert in Central Park. That is complete with the booklet, $24.99. The Beatles Rock and Roll Music, 2LP, $34.99 on the Beatles Rock and Roll Music. The Grassroots, Feelings, in shrink wrap, $24.99. Original label, very clean vinyl, $24.99 on the Grassroots. I Won't Be Home No More, Hank Williams and Strings, $16.99 on Hank Williams. The Greatest Hits from England, Volume 2, $16.99. Volume 1, I've seen that before, very good. I've never seen Volume 2. Procol Harum, them's on here. The Zombies, Tell 'Em No. Cat Stevens, Lulu, that's $16.99. That's from Parrot Records. And the box tops, The Letter, The Neon Rainbow, $19.99 on Bell Records. All right, Todd's out on AC/DC. Let's sell that to Michael Herrera for $38. That's sold. If anybody wants the Beatles with the Beatles, that's a 76 near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. That's a $55 buy it now. That's sold to Michael Potts. Michael, I hope that you got your Beatles bootlegs today. Sorry I didn't have those up front. And I think by the time my mom sent that message, you had already left, or by the time I got your message. Stacy Metternich got the Greatest England Hits Volume 2. Simon and Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence. A 66 mono, $49.99 original cover in shrink wrap. Wow. Mono original cover in shrink wrap, $49.99. Now let's see if John or Mark pulled too soon. Right now it's sold to John. Mark was second. Scott Smith, the box tops, was $19.99. That's a perfect copy in shrink wrap, mono original cover, $49.99. The Best of Nelson Riddle, $9.99. He said give it to Mark. Paul Davis, Southern Tracks and Fantasies, $9.99. Scott Smith said sold, and that was on the box tops. My Baby, She Wrote Me a Letter. Styx, The Grand Illusion, white label promo. Does it have the poster as well? We had one the other night with a poster. No poster, but a white label promo of the Styx Grand Illusion with the hype sticker. If you could find a poster and match that with it, that would be an ultimate top copy. Janis Joplin, that is $39.99. We've got pre-orders up for this. They're reissuing these on Music on Vinyl. This is an OG, $39.99. It's Janis Joplin. It's actually a compilation of a lot of different stuff, including live performances. Calvin Ward gets the Styx. That's sold to Calvin Ward. Iron Butterfly Ball is $19.99. This is the Rolling Stones, Historia de la Musica Rock, $24.99, which is a compilation. Don Henley, I Can't Stand Still, featuring Dirty Laundry. Overall, though, a great album, $19.99. Jeffrey on Iron Butterfly, that's sold to Jeffrey. Van Halen, Women and Children First, $44.99. Looks like just the LP and a nice jacket. Yes, very clean, $44.99. And The Cradle Will Rock, that's sold to Jim Engelman. Van Halen, Women and Children First. Little River Band, First Under the Wire, $9.99. Neil Diamond, Just for You. Neil Diamond's in shrink wrap, original label, $14.99. That should be a seller. It's got some great songs on it. Shallow, Solitary Man, Cherry Cherry. In shrink wrap, original label, $14.99. Golden Hour of the Kinks, Volume 2. Golden Hour of the Kinks, Volume 2, $24.99. The Doors, Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine, a 72 white label promo, $44.99. White label promo on this one. Vinyl is mint. The Doors, Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. Elvis, Let's Be Friends, $9.99 on Elvis Presley. And Jefferson Airplane, Volunteers, not a 2 LP, but a gatefold, original label, $29.99. I do have new Japanese stuff. Let me go back here and pull our first couple auctions. We have Journey, Raised on Radio, which looks absolutely mint. And we have, what else do we have in here? Let's do the David Lee Roth and the Journey. So first couple Japanese pressings here. We're in the middle of a great crate of new vintage arrivals. First crate of the night. We've only been through like a half crate of new vinyl, approximately. Tracy Miller first on Neil Diamond. This Journey looks sweet. It looks like a mint and pristine Japanese pressing with shrink wrap, hype sticker, and obi. This is a $45 start. Journey, Raised on Radio. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. So is the Japanese insert. There's no damage or wear or anything on this. And it includes a little plastic card back here that's underneath the shrink wrap. Journey All-Purpose, CBS Sony, not for sale. It's like a little plastic, almost looks like a backstage pass or something, but I guess that's some kind of promotional piece for the record. Very cool. Let me see if the label has promo markings on it. I don't see promo markings on the label, but there are some of those right there kind of look like promo markings, but that's not the ones I'm used to seeing. I don't know what that says in Japanese, but it may be something to do with a promo because it has this on the back. Journey's a $45 start. That looks very cool, very nice. And David Lee Roth, the name of this title is Crazy from the Heat, not Diary from the Heart, or whatever I used to say. $35 start, near mint and pristine with insert. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Has the insert, has the vinyl. Really nice cover of Obi. $35 start. So $45 and $35 starts on those. Craig Johnson, first on The Doors. Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. Little Johnny Taylor, Stuck in the Mud. $14.99. Little Johnny Taylor. This is $99.99. $99.99. It's a 73 UK press of Are You Experienced and Axe as Bold as Love. $99.99. So it's a 2 LP. UK 73. It's 2 Hendrix albums in one, his first 2. Are You Experienced with the original UK cover and Axe as Bold as Love. That's a 73 UK 2-in-1, $99.99. James Bragg is at 46 on Journey. John Prine is $64.99. That's a 71 Richmond press. 71 Richmond press, John Prine. This has the, I don't know if that's an original inner sleeve or not. Let's take a look at it. I did see an insert in here. Let's see here. I did see an insert in here. I did. Yeah, so this is a nice looking copy. 71 OG Richmond. That may be the original inner sleeve, just like a I don't think it is. I think that came with an Atlantic inner sleeve originally, probably. That's very nice, though. John Prine, debut album 71 with insert $64.99. John Humphrey on Jimi Hendrix. That's so to John Humphrey. Final Call on Journey, $56. And Final Call on David Lee Roth for $35. Fleetwood Mac Tusk, $34.99. Dan Seals on the Front Line. Dan Seals is $14.99. Tumbleweed Connection, Elton John. This is pristine. $39.99. It doesn't look like it's been played. Original cover. It's a gatefold, of course, with a mint book. That is $39.99 for the classic Tumbleweed Connection. Original label, first press, near mint. Led Zeppelin 4, $44.99. This is a 5-digit. I don't have any other pressing information, but it's a 77-ish probably. And I'm looking for any kind of markings in the dead wax that I could tell you. It's just matrix numbers. $44.99 on that. Very clean copy. James Bragg wants Elton John. We have 10cc How Dare You, $14.99. The Cars is $34.99. Self-titled debut. We've got a few of these laying around now. If you don't have one, you are missing out. Rockin' the Guess Who, $19.99 on the Guess Who. Foghat Energized, $14.99 for Foghat Energized. Linda Ronstadt Silk Purse. Linda is $19.99. And My Belle Amie by T-Set, $12.99. Let's go ahead and sell Journey to James Bragg for $46. If anybody wants David Lee Roth, it's a $35 buy it now. James Bragg got the Journey for $46. David Lee Roth's a $35 buy it now. Todd Tipton wants Foghat. That's so to Todd Tipton. We have There Goes a Rhymin' Simon by Paul Simon, $19.99. Robert Palmer is $19.99. Amen Corner and Small Faces. Interesting. Some kind of 2-in-1. $19.99. Amen Corner and Small Faces. Rockin' Soul 1962. It's one of these compilations like Duke of Earl, Gene Chandler, and Boom Boom, John Lee Hooker. And it also has like newspaper articles like John Glenn, First in Space, in shrink wrap, $14.99. The Classic, U2 Unforgettable Fire, $34.99. $34.99, very clean looking copy of that. And Sly and the Family Stone. Looks like it's got a little bit of a messed up cover, I think. Yeah, something wrong with the cover. But the vinyl is near mint and pristine. UK pressing, $24.99. That's a UK pressing, $24.99. Sly and the Family Stone. It does have some cover damage. Looks like it got some watercolor on it and a little bit down here as well. Very nice looking vinyl on that though. All right, I'm going to read through those titles one more time. If you want to know prices, let me know. Some of them I'm going to tell you the prices. We got some new vinyl to do next. Let me go ahead and start a couple new Japanese pressings like Chicago 16 and Mahalia Jackson. Interesting. Never seen a Mahalia Jackson Japanese pressing before. I need a drink of water too. We have Chicago 16. A little bit of a ding corner right here. That's the only flaw so far. We'll start this at a $30 start. This is Chicago 16. Near mint and pristine vinyl. Has the Japanese insert and cover with obi. And that is a $30 start for Chicago 16. I also have Mahalia Jackson Grand Prix 20, which will be a Japanese compilation. This is a $30 start. Mahalia Jackson compilation, $30 start on that. There's the LP. There's the Japanese insert and a really nice cover with almost no signs of wear and obi. So I guess $30 start on either one of those, Mahalia and Chicago. So if you want prices, let me know. Some of them I will tell you the prices, like Boston is $34.99. Don't look back. John Mayall's $24.99. Molly Hatchet is still available. I thought somebody claimed that. Maybe not. Let me make sure. Did I not see a MH on that earlier? I guess not. Craig MM, I guess not. So Molly Hatchet. We have Willie Nelson, the Willie Way. Don't see that too often. Deep Purple Machine Head, a German pressing. That's really cool. The Beau Brummels, the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton and John Mayall. Manfred Mann, Fairport Convention. The Beatles Help, a 73 UK pressing. There's already some in here. I can't believe these hadn't sold. Jim Anstant wants the German Deep Purple. I figured that would get gone. Elton John Breaking Hearts, Simon and Garfunkel in concert. The Beatles' Rock and Roll Music, The Grassroots Feelings, I Won't Be Home No More, Hank Williams, The Best of Nelson Riddle, Paul Davis, Southern Tracks and Fantasies. Janis Joplin is surprisingly still available. Don Henley, The Rolling Stones, Little River Band, Golden Hour of the Kinks, Elvis, Let's Be Friends, Jefferson Airplane Volunteers, Little Johnny Taylor, John Prine, Fleetwood Mac, Tusk, Dan Seals, and Clay Moore wants that. That was claimed earlier. Clay Moore gets the Dan Seals. Led Zeppelin 4, 10cc, How Dare You, The Cars self-titled, The Guess Who, Linda Ronstadt, T-Set, Paul Simon, Robert Palmer, Amen Corner and Small Faces, Rock and Soul 62, U2, and Sly and the Family Stone. The T-Set, My Belle Amie, was $12.99. It has a flip-open cover. And before that, Clay, I got your Dan Seals. What was the pressing on Tusk? I don't have any notes on that. Let's see here. Looks like OG to me. It's got all the innards in it. It's got the 2 inner sleeves that came with it. Very clean vinyl. There's the label. I've never really looked up matrices on Tusk to be able to tell you other than it looks like it's OG to me, which would be from what, 78? When did this one come out? 79. The Janis Joplin is called, it's actually, don't say it on the spine. Gina asked, and so did Darren. It's actually called, okay, so this is from the soundtrack Janis, and then I think the other LP is Early Performances. So it's like the soundtrack, and then the other disc is called Early Performances. So it's, I think it's actually just called Janis, technically. It's 2 LPs, it's $39.99. Gina asked, and so did Darren. The Paul Davis album was called Southern Tracks. Let me find that. The Paul Davis album was called Southern Tracks and Fantasies in shrink wrap, $9.99. The Journey, Raised on Radio, has sold. It sold to James Bragg for $46. All right, let me put up, I do have some more new vinyl for tonight. I've got that crate I just took off the table right here next to me, so if you do decide you want something, I can get to it very quickly. There's a restock of an album in here that we haven't had in a long time, so I'll make sure y'all are well aware. All right. First, we have a restock of the U.S. pressing of Soundgarden Bad Motorfinger. $36.99. Soundgarden Bad Motorfinger. This is the U.S. version. It's only been available as an import, which is like $4, $5, maybe $6 more sometimes. That's a U.S. version. $36.99 on that. Lazarus asked price on Styx. Styx is already sold. Neil wants to know the Johnny Taylor title. The Johnny Taylor was called Little Johnny Taylor Stuck in the Mud. $14.99. Little Johnny Taylor Stuck in the Mud, $14.99. Grant Peltzer says he'll take the Paul Davis. Janis Joplin still available. For those that asked, Paul Davis sold to Grant Peltzer. Soundgarden Bad Motorfinger, $36.99. This is a new release, so if you pre-ordered it, it's in. It's called Now Millennium, 2000, 2001. These are $54.99. The pre-order on that was Stacey Brown, Jerry Stone, Peter Policino, Paul Brothers, and Paul Brothers. And that includes artists such as U2, Beautiful Day, Coldplay, Yellow, Oasis, R.E.M., The Great Beyond, Sting, All Saints, Gabriel, Britney Spears, Robbie Williams, Bon Jovi, Top Loader, Pink. Elton John's on here, Train, Drops of Jupiter, Radiohead, Missy Elliott, Cher, S Club 7. That's a red vinyl. It's a compilation of music hits 2000, 2001. That's $54.99. I've got 2 of those left. The pre-order was Stacey Brown, Jerry Stone, Peter Policino, and Paul Brothers got 2 of them. Gina said she will take the Janis Joplin. Gina had dibs on that. She said she will take it. Craig just posted the track listing for that. Thank you, Craig. Now here's the restock that everybody's always needing for Radiohead. OK Computer, $46.99. Radiohead's OK Computer, 2 LP, $46.99. We've got 5 copies of that available. Radiohead OK Computer. Iron Man, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son is $34.99. That's back in stock. Seventh Son is $34.99. And we got even more Megadeth Rust in Pieces. Rust in Peace. Not to be confused with like pieces of a pie. Megadeth Rust in Peace, $44.99. So I do have even more of those. I've got a bunch of those all of a sudden now. There for a while, they was impossible to get. 180-gram black vinyl reissues were $100. Colin Butler and Andrew Schoen on OK Computer and OK Computer. Those are sold to Colin and Andrew. I'm going to go ahead and make these buy it nows. We've got 3 $35 buy it nows on the table. Mahalia Jackson, Chicago, and the David Lee Roth that's over here. So these are all buy it nows if anybody's interested at $35. That's Chicago 16, the Mahalia Jackson, and I'm going to put all these back in their sleeve. This is David Lee Roth, Crazy from the Heat. Crazy from the Heat. Chicago 16. That's a $35 buy it now. And Mahalia Jackson was a $35 buy it now. James Bragg, I feel like, got a deal earlier on the Journey Raised on Radio. Thomas Hujar is going to get the David Lee Roth. So here's tonight's agenda. We've got plenty of great new vintage arrivals. I'm going to go through some more new vinyl like I did the other night. David Lee Roth is sold for $35. And then probably after we get through all the new stuff one time, we're either going to do a recap, or what I prefer to do is go straight into on-sale records. I've got a whole crate of stuff that I was going to do. I posted 2 videos in the group for $6.99. It was 2 flip crates. I think we've sold almost all of that. I've got a whole crate of $6.99 records. That's $7 minus a penny. And some of these are originally like $24.99, etc., etc. So some great stuff in there. We'll do that later, but we'll probably go through everything at least once. Of course, new arrivals. The YouTube comments are not going through. I try to claim my comments are not showing up Lazarus on YouTube. I hadn't seen a YouTube comment in a while. I see Lazarus, U.S. Sticks, Clay Moore commented, Dan Seals. How about if you're watching on YouTube, everybody give me a test comment if you're on YouTube right now. It says we've got 51 people on YouTube and 100 on Facebook right now. So for the 51 watching on YouTube, let me know, see if I can see your comments. The feed was a little wonky earlier. Soundgarden, Wings, OK Computer, surprised we didn't sell out of those and have a waiting list. Iron Maiden, and Megadeth. So that's all of tonight's newest new vinyl. That's all of tonight's newest new vinyl. I've got plenty more new vintage. I'm about to start right now, and new Japanese stuff. What do we have here? Interesting. I'm seeing some very good looking stuff in this crate so far. Ooh. Ah. Interesting. I hadn't seen one of those in a while. If this is near mint, it needs to go for auction because, yep, it's nice. Okay, yeah, nice batch of stuff here. Just FYI, there's some Rush, there's some Pink Floyd, there's some Led Zeppelin, there's some Beatles, there's some Van Morrisons, Eric Claptons, and Neil Youngs, and Bostons, and Lou Reeds, and David Bowies, and all kinds of great stuff like that. So, all right, let's see what we have here. Thank you for the test comments, everybody. I think YouTube's working. Sometimes it's a little stubborn, but it looks like it's working now. Let me find, actually, I'm going to pull some stuff to put up for auction too. In between some Japanese stuff, we may put some stuff up for auction. Let me see what I've got over here. I found some stuff some stray records going through some bins, and I was like, man, we just need to put that up for auction. Probably like this right here, yeah. We'll put this up for auction, and I'll grab a Japanese pressing. This is David Bowie Pinups. It's an 81 German pressing. 81 German pressing of David Bowie Pinups in shrink wrap. Look how nice. Very nice vinyl in shrink wrap. 81 pressing of Pinups, which originally came out 73. $20 start on that. $20 start on David Bowie. And I'll grab the one I pulled out of the crate, which is an OG 82 pressing, SRC 82 pressing of Rush Signals. This is a $35 start, original inner sleeve, and near mint vinyl. Rush Signals. Just had the 40th anniversary of that. That is up for bid. $35 start, $20 start on David Bowie. All right, new vintage arrivals. Let's see what we have in here. Pink Floyd, The Wall, 79 Terre Haute, $59.99. Pink Floyd, The Wall, 79 Terre Haute, $59.99. That's a good way to start. Here's another good way to start. The name of the band is Talking Heads. We had a sealed copy last night. This is an 82 club pressing, 82 Columbia House, near mint vinyl, $39.99. Andrew Schoen, first on Pink Floyd. Talking Heads is available. The Rolling Stones, Sucking in the 70s, $34.99. Has the hop sticker attached to the cover. Original inner sleeve, near mint, $34.99. Lazarus is at $20 on David Bowie, and we're looking for a $35 start on Rush. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells, another great one, $19.99. Kathy wrote her name on the cover, and somebody also wrote 75 cents. That is on Roulette. It's a flip-open cover, $19.99. This is a fantastic Neil Young album. Neil Young, self-titled. Haven't had one in a while. Beautiful copy, $34.99 for Neil Young. Neil Young. Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, $14.99 on Simon & Garfunkel. Second label, very nice vinyl though, $14.99. Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris, the trio in shrink wrap, $24.99. James Bragg, first on Neil Young. Michael Herrera, first on Tommy James. Some of my favorite music right there on both of those albums, Neil Young and Tommy James. Those sold to James and Michael. Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town, Waylon Jennings, just $24.99 on Waylon. RCA Camden label, $24.99. We have Rush. Haven't had a copy of this in a while. Exit Stage Left. 2LP, $49.99, Black Mercury labels. Has a little bit of sticker residue there, but overall, a super nice copy. Rush, Exit Stage Left, OG, $49.99. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. This is a 72 Club Edition, $49.99. That's a nice looking copy. 72 Can't Buy a Thrill Club Edition, gatefold, $49.99. Thomas Hujar, first on Waylon Jennings. That's sold to Thomas. Queen 2. A 74 Santa Maria OG, $39.99. Very clean copy. Queen 2, $39.99. David Liebman. David Liebman. Sweet Hands. That's $14.99. Sweet Hands, $14.99. And Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, $34.99. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, Orange RCA, $34.99. Quick update on our two auctions. David Bowie's at $25 with Lazarus, and I'm looking for a $35 start on Rush Signals, which is a near mint OG copy. I'm almost done with my drink, and then I'm ready for just some plain water. I just ate an entire pizza. I'm doing that too often. Mungo Santa Maria, Mungo Mania. Mungo Santa Maria, $14.99. The Fire Sign Theater, I don't know if I've seen that one, presents Waiting for the Electrician or Someone Like Him, $14.99. So who else was bidding on David Bowie? Fred Carnell and Thomas. Fred Carnell and Thomas Hujar. Let me know if you're in or out on David Bowie pinups, and if anybody wants to bid on Rush, now's the time. Clint Black, Killing Time, $49.99. Clint Black, Killing Time, $49.99. Paul Brothers is going to take the Rush, which I believe is Exit Stage Left. Thomas Bowman first on Clint Black. We don't get that in too often. Jesus Christ Superstar. There's like 4 different versions of this one. This is the box set, $19.99. Jesus Christ Superstar box set, which includes the book and 2 LPs. That's just $19.99, and it's mint. We actually got a sleeve that it will fit in. $19.99 on Jesus Christ Superstar. Thomas is in on David Bowie at $26. So Lazarus and Fred, you're back out. Hey Jude is $34.99. JR wrote his name on the cover. Other than that, the vinyl is really nice. Apple pressing of Hey Jude, $34.99. Deep Purple, self-titled, $29.99. Deep Purple self-titled on this Tetragrammaton label. That is $29.99. And Three Dog Night, Cyan, Shambhala, $19.99. We have Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde, a 72 Terre Haute The vinyl is beautiful, $64.99. Blonde on Blonde, $64.99. 72 Terre Haute. David Bowie is at $27 now. No bid on Rush Signals. It's now a buy it now. $35 buy it now on Rush Signals. $35 buy it now. Less than what we was going to sticker it for sure. That's a $35 buy it now if anybody wants it. East West, the Butterfield Blues Band. That's $19.99. East West, the Butterfield Blues Band. Whew. A Momentary Lapse of Reason. 87 Carrollton Press, $44.99. Gold stamp promo. It does have a compliments of image sticker on it. Great Pink Floyd, and we don't get this one too often. The 2LP remaster this is out of stock. I haven't had it in a while. $44.99 for Pink Floyd. And Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson, Songwriter. Two legends there, $14.99. Ron Duffield wants Rush, and that was probably for Signals, and that's a $35 buy it now. Paul Brothers was second. We have the Kinks' Greatest Hits. That's a 66 mono, $34.99. Whew, nice. Tricolor Steamboat label, that's what you want to see. Mono is also what you want to see. And you also want to see near mint vinyl and a near mint cover. That's $34.99, or we'll say a EX++ cover. Well, I don't know, it's pretty dang nice. I don't see any chipping or anything on it. That's a nice copy. This was Pink Floyd, Momentary Lapse of Reason. You should buy it if you don't have it. Willie Nelson is sold to Greg Rogers. They're still bidding on David Bowie, but it's taking a little longer because I think we got some severe lag in the comments. But David Bowie right now is with 27 on Lazarus. We're waiting for Fred and Thomas to say in or out. If Gina doesn't want Pink Floyd, then Joe Gabriel does, so that's going to be sold to somebody. Van Morrison, No Guru, No Method, No Teacher, $34.99. I wonder if Sherry Darnell has this one. Van Morrison, $34.99. I don't see that one too often. Dave Grusin and Lee Rittenauer, Harlequin, that is $9.99. We got two people out on David Bowie. That means Lazarus has it for $27, and it's a final call. Rush, $21.12. A 76 RCA Music Club pressing, $64.99. Wow. The vinyl on that is shiny. Also a really nice cover. What a very nice gatefold. No signs of wear almost, especially on the front. And this is a nice copy. Rush, $21.12. That is $64.99. Final call on David Bowie. Eric Clapton, Slow Hand. The classic, Cocaine, near mint. $34.99. Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Mrs. Robinson, Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Hank Williams, The Lonesome Legend. This is not some kind of import, $19.99. This is from where? $19.99. It is in shrink wrap. Hank Williams, The Lonesome Loser, and that is from Canada. That's from Canada, $19.99. Kenny Heathcock on the Kinks. Kenny Heathcock on that Kinks Greatest Hits. That was very nice. Eric on SM. SM was some, let's see here. The only thing I see with SM on it would be, I would think Simon, maybe. Simon and Garfunkel. Eric, let me know if that's right. Let's see. I don't see anything else in there. Donnie Moore, I was just about to sell David Bowie. It's on its final call. It's an 81 German pressing of pinups and shrink wrap. High bid right now is Lazarus at $27, and I'm about to sell it. We have My Baby's Gone, the Leuven Brothers, $24.99. This is a Stetson pressing. My Baby's Gone, the Leuven Brothers, $24.99. Neil Young, Tonight's the Night. Neil Young is $34.99. Tonight's the Night, $34.99. Paul Brothers wants Rush, I'm assuming, for the very nice copy of 2112. If so, goodbye. Donnie's at 28 on David Bowie. The Times They Are A-Changin', Bob Dylan. That's a 70s press, $34.99. Bob Dylan, The Times They Are A-Changin'. It's a near mint 70s press, $34.99. Well, Lazarus, you almost got David Bowie. And Donnie, you almost missed out on it, but we officially have an auction still going on that one. The high bid is $28. I'm going to grab a new Japanese pressing of the Beatles' Let It Be, and we're going to put this up for auction. Lazarus is back in at 29. Jeff McMaster wants D for Dylan. That's so to Jeff McMaster. Nice copy of that either way. We have the Beatles, Let It Be. And we're going to start this one at, we'll start this one at 55 as well, just like all the other Beatles stuff. Does have a light ding in the corner here. A little bit of wear along the top. Very nice Apple Obi. The vinyl is the important part here. Near mint and pristine on Let It Be. Has the original Apple black inner sleeve. The Japanese lyric insert. Gatefold. A little bit of discoloration on the Obi. Let It Be. $55 start. David Bowie's at 29 with Lazarus. Donnie Moore, you're out. Lazarus is bidding on YouTube. Donnie's bidding on Facebook. Van Halen is in shrink wrap with hop sticker and original inner sleeve. $49.99. Contains the hit songs Dance the Night Away, Bottoms Up, and You're No Good. I think, let's see. Songs Dance the Night Away, Out of Love Again, Somebody Get Me a Doctor, Dead or Alive. I think, did they not hop Beautiful Girl? Wow, they didn't hop Beautiful Girls, or I think one of the better tracks is DOA. $49.99. That's in shrink wrap with hop sticker. This is Booker T. Macklemore Avenue, $34.99. Booker T and the MGs from Memphis. That's really cool. Very nice copy, $34.99. Donnie Moore's in on David Bowie at $30. Looking for a $55 start on the Beatles. The Buddy Holly Story in partial shrink wrap, $34.99. Very nice vinyl. It's in partial shrink wrap, $34.99. We have Colin Butler first on Booker T. Mark was second, asking what year it's from. Aerosmith, Draw the Line. A white label promo from 77, $29.99. White label promo of Aerosmith, Draw the Line. By the way, if you're bidding on David Bowie, which is Donnie and Lazarus right now, this thing is truly pristine. It's an 81 German pressing. Todd Tipton first to Aerosmith. Thomas was second, then Rich. That was a white label promo. Boston, Don't Look Back is $34.99. Original label. That is very nice. Debut album from Boston. Nice cover. Nice label because it's the original. And very clean vinyl. $34.99. Jigsaw. White label promo. $12.99. Jigsaw. Let's see if this has their hit song. I'm trying to think. They was a one-hit wonder. I don't think it's on this one though. It's a white label promo. Jigsaw. $12.99. What was that song they had? I have to think on that. I'm sure somebody watching knows. Neil Young and Crazy Horse Reactor, $19.99. The Final Cut, Pink Floyd, $39.99. Pink Floyd, The Final Cut, $39.99. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, $34.99. Black RCA reissue label, near mint vinyl, very nice cover. Lou Reed, The Blue Mask, has a little bit of cover damage down here, $24.99. The Rolling Stones, Love You Live, 2LP, $44.99. And Ray Charles Live, $34.99. Honestly, don't know if I've seen that before. Ray Charles Live, $34.99. All right, so Gina Charles is first on Pink Floyd, which is The Final Cut. David Bowie is at 32 with Lazarus. Donnie Moore, let me know if you're in or out. Lazarus has that for 32. Final Call on the Beatles at 55. Aerosmith was a promo, yes. White label promo. Sky High, that's it. I consider them a one-hit wonder. Sky High is the song I'm thinking of, yes. Wow, the next crate has an Ozzy record in the front of it. That's a good start. We'll definitely probably put Blizzard of Oz up for auction. All right, so first we have, let me read what's left in here. Donnie's back in on David Bowie at 33. Still bidding on that. We have the name of the band is Talking Heads, $39.99. $39.99 on Talking Heads. The Rolling Stones second in the 70s. Simon and Garfunkel, The Trio, Dolly, Linda, and Emmylou, Steely Dan, Gatefold from 72. Queen 2 is still available. David L. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. Mungo Santa Maria, The Firesign Theater. Eric Smalley takes the Talking Heads. That's sold to Eric. Jesus Christ Superstar. Deep Purple, self-titled. The Beatles, Hey Jude. Three Dog Night. Blonde on Blonde. East West. The Butterfield Blues Band. Blonde on Blonde by Bob Dylan is still available. Paul's at 55 on the Beatles. I'm about to sell it. I think they're going to be bidding on David Bowie for a while, so we'll keep that up there for about another hour. Final call on the Beatles. Van Morrison, No Guru. Dave Grusin, Lee Ritenour. Eric Clapton, Slow Hand. Hank Williams, The Lonesome Legend. The Louvin Brothers, Neil Young. Van Halen 2. The Buddy Holly Story. Boston, Jigsaw, Neil Young. Ziggy Stardust, Lou Reed, Live Stones, and Live Ray Charles. Paul Brothers, you get the Beatles Let It Be for a $55 buy it or $55 winning bid. Might as well have been a buy it now. Let's see. Butterfield, that was called East West, the Butterfield Blues Band, 1999. Butterfly Electra label. Craig Johnson wants Eric Clapton Slow Hand. That's a good decision. That's sold to Craig Johnson. I have a feeling Kelly might want that. Donnie Moore, you're out on David Bowie. $34.99 is the high bid with Lazarus. I need to see 35 or more for this auction to continue. Crate number 2 of Vintage Down. Next auction is going to be Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. Ozzy is an 81 Terre Haute OG, $45 start. Queen 2 is an original, $39.99. Ozzy, what does it call him? Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz. Original inner sleeve, $45 start on this. Very clean and nice vinyl. Very nice. Donnie Moore is out on David Bowie. David Bowie Pinups is sold to Lazarus for $34. Ozzy already has a bid for $45 and $45 again with James Cohorn. Though that's our next auction. We also have Ram Jam, which features Black Betty. I haven't seen any kind of vintage copy of this. We usually just have, that's the original label too. $20 start on Ram Jam. Black Betty's on there, hit song. Usually we only have that on Music on Vinyl, so that's up for bid for a $20 start. Next crate of new vintage arrivals. Let me see what we have in here. New vintage arrivals. I see some interesting stuff for sure. Is this check condition? The check condition crate must be on the bottom. Check condition crate must be on the bottom. Let's see what we have in here. There's a pocket of Beatles related stuff, as in solo albums. We'll go through that batch first because it's in the back of the crate. And here we go. All right, so right now we got 2 U.S. auctions up. We got Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz, and Ram Jam. They're both OGs. We got 2 Japanese buy it now. Chicago 16 and Mahalia Jackson are both $35 buy it nows. Floyd Queen 2 was $39.99. Ozzy 45, Ozzy 45, Ozzy 47, Ram Jam 25, Ram Jam 26. New vintage arrivals. None of these have ever been shown before in the history of Coletco. Right, Seth? Okay. Let me grab some H2O. I definitely need it right now. We got plenty more new arrivals to show, and then I'm going to go straight into some on-sale stuff. Hashtag Right Seth is now trending. John Young said he would give $500 for the whole bin, and I wouldn't even have to show it. Wow. That's a hard pass, though. All right, so 26 on Ram Jam, final call, and 47 on Ozzy, final call. 47 and 26, final call. Wings at the Speed of Sound, $24.99. Wings at the Speed of Sound, $24.99. First come, first serve. Dark Horse, George Harrison, $24.99 on Dark Horse. John Lennon, Mind Games, $24.99 on John Lennon, Mind Games. The Hollies, Greatest Hits, in Shrink Wrap, $19.99. Orange Epic Label, $19.99. Frank Sinatra, All the Way, that is sealed. Sealed Frank Sinatra, $29.99. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. Billy Joel is sealed with Hop Sticker. 10 New Songs Hop Sticker and the Grammy nominee Hop Sticker, $29.99. The Bellamy Brothers, Greatest Hits, $9.99. Steely Dan Gold is in Shrink Wrap, $34.99. It's got a little something there on the shrink wrap. It's got that MCA gold stamp on the front. $34.99. J. Giles Band, Nightmares and Other Tales from the Vinyl Jungle, $19.99. Super Freak, Ohio Players. That's from 1977. 2 LP set, $54.99. Ohio Players Super Pack. Did I say Super Freak? I think I did. Super Pack, $54.99. Star Wars and Other Galactic Funk by Miko. That is $24.99. Star Wars and Other Galactic Funk. Jerry Jeff Walker, $19.99. That's a self-titled album. Jackie Reynolds, first on the Bellamy Brothers hits. Ozzy is sold. James Cohorn got that for $47. Nick Bargeron's bid just came in. A Moment Too Late. And Ram Jam is sold to Jeffrey Houghton. I usually don't say Jeffrey's last name too often. Jeffrey got it for $26. Those are both sold. We have Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Deja Vu, $34.99. That is near mint, gatefold, $34.99. Greg Rogers did bid $30 on Ram. That was on the screen for sure. Ram Jam is still up for bid. James Cohorn slipped through and got a deal on Ozzy, but we're still bidding on Ram Jam. Greg Rogers has that for $30. I did miss that one. That was in between John Young, Greg, John Young. Yep. So sorry, whoever I did say that was so to. Jeffrey, you're out on Ram Jam. That's at $30. James, you for sure got Ozzy. If Nick's bid would have came in 1 second sooner, I would have had to take it. Share. This is self-titled and shrink wrap with hop sticker. $24.99. Fred Carnell on the Hollies. Hollies Greatest Hits. That's sold to Fred Carnell. Red Rose Speedway. Paul McCartney. $29.99. Craig Weatherford first on Share. We have Paul McCartney, London Town, $24.99. We also have George Harrison, Cloud 9, $24.99. Peter Tosh is $34.99 in shrink wrap. Legalize it, $34.99. Red Rose Speedway label. I knew that was coming. It is on this rare label here. Extremely hard to get. Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney and Wings. Big Barn Bed. My Love. This is $29.99. Near mint, gatefold. Doesn't that have a booklet or something with it? Yeah, it has a multi-page booklet with it. Very nice. Alrighty. So, Ram Jam's on final call now for $30. We have Vive Le Rock, Adam Ant. Vive Le Rock, $24.99 on Adam Ant. The Kinks, Kink Size in shrink wrap. Wow. Mono, $39.99. Original label. That is going to be claimed very quickly. Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog, $14.99. Pat Metheny, New Chaquata, something like that, $19.99. And Rock and Soul 61. Maris Mantle, Vi for Ruth Record, $14.99. Raindrops, D. Clark, Jimmy Reed, Bobby Bland, The Impressions. That's $14.99. Okay, let me go back up to the top here. Let's see here. Just Facebook, just now loading for me. Any Taylor Swift I missed earlier. No new Taylor Swift. We've got Midnights, Fearless, Red, 1989. And I think a Fearless Taylor's version and a Taylor's version of Red. I think that's the 4 or 5 or 6 we have in stock. John Young, first on the Kinks. Craig Johnson was second. Jeffrey is back in on Ram Jam at 31. And Everybody's Dancing, Cool in the Gang, $19.99. None of them are record store day. No record store day, Taylor Swift. We do not get record store day titles. Joni Mitchell, $19.99. Joni Mitchell. We have Cher Backstage, $34.99. Cher Backstage on Imperial. Don't see that one too often. $34.99. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. That is $14.99. Willie Nelson and Family Live, $24.99. Willie Nelson and Family Live. The Monkees, Head, from 1968, $99.99. The Monkees, Head, $99.99. Foil silver cover. George Strait, Something Special, $49.99. George Strait, Something Special, $49.99. Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits, That's a sealed copy for $14.99. Sealed copy of Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits, $14.99. On Stage, Volume 2, Hank Williams, $24.99. On Stage, Hank Williams, Volume 2, $24.99. And Paul Simon is sealed with Hop Sticker, Mother and Child Reunion, Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard, $29.99. Sealed Paul Simon. So now, before I sell Ram Jam again, I need to make sure Greg Rogers. Greg, Jeffrey has the high bid at $31. I need to make sure you're done on that one. Next claim is Greg betting $35 on Ram Jam. How much was the John Lennon? The only John Lennon that's in here is Mind Games, and it was $24.99, Angela. John Young is sold to Paul Simon, or excuse me, other way around. Paul Simon sold to John Young, and Angela said sold on John Lennon Mind Games. We have Gary Moore, Run for Cover. That's a 1985 UK copy, $24.99. Gary Moore, Run for Cover. Billy Idol. This is a picture disc, $34.99. Eyes Without a Face. Blue Highway, Do Not Stand in the Shadows, $34.99 on the Billy Idol picture disc. Roy Gallagher, Blueprint. Roy Gallagher is $19.99. That is in shrink wrap, $19.99. Roy Gallagher Blueprint. Little Feat, self-titled. This is a 1970 white label promo, $99.99. 1970 white label promo of Little Feat, $99.99. Rich Recor on Roy Gallagher. That's sold to Rich Recor. Jeffrey, let me know if you're back in on Ram Jam, because Greg Rogers has it at $35. George Strait, Beyond the Blue Neon. George Strait is $49.99. Beyond the Blue Neon. And Hank Williams sings Kalijah and Other Humorous Songs, $24.99. The humorous songs of Hank Williams in shrink wrap, Kalijah, $24.99. Also have Eric Clapton Journeyman. That is $39.99 for Eric Clapton Journeyman. That looks like it's near mint and pristine. Hadn't seen a copy of that in a while. He did say he was out on Ram Jam, so we're going to sell that to Greg Rogers for $35. That's sold to Greg Rogers Ram Jam, $35. In Hearing of Atomic Rooster, a 71 UK, $49.99. That's an odd label. Pegasus. I don't know if I've seen that before. 71 UK Pegasus label of Atomic Rooster, $49.99. Jeffrey wants Willie Nelson Live. You go back up here and find that. That's sold to Jeffrey. Willie Nelson Live. Bob Dylan, Planet Waves, $34.99 on Bob Dylan. And Snakes and Ladders, the best of Faces, $24.99. Snakes and Ladders, the best of Faces, $24.99. Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon. Ladies of the Canyon, $19.99. Greg Rogers wants to Hank Williams. Let me grab two new Japanese pressings over here. Let's see. We got a couple things over here I don't think I've shown in a while, including a Beatles Please Please Me and a Santana Earth, Wind, and Fire. Actually, let's do this Bruce box set. Do we have the notes on this one somewhere, or we'll just put it up for auction? We're going to sell it to somebody. Beatles, no notes on that one. Okay, Greg Rogers wants to Hank Williams. If you can't comment on YouTube, I will go over here and restart the comment feed, since I don't need bids anymore. If it's after I say do a YouTube test, if it's still not showing up, let me delete the comments and refresh it. Now, do a YouTube test, and if it's still not showing up, then you probably won't be able to watch on YouTube tonight. You may need to go over to the old Facebook. So I just reset the feed. It's a fresh start now here on the screen. We'll see if anybody on YouTube can comment. If not, then you may have to go over to Facebook. We have the Beatles, Please Please Me, $55 start. This is the Beatles, Please Please Me, $55 start. There is a little bit of a stain here on the obi, as you can see right here. The vinyl is near mint pristine. I don't see any YouTube comments, and I actually see that we're not connected at all. So yeah, it says error. So we are not on YouTube anymore. You can still hear me and see me right now, but Restream's not connected so we can get comments. So you definitely need to go over to Facebook. The Beatles, Please Please Me, $55 start. That's near mint and pristine. We have a booklet that comes with this one. A couple pictures of the Beatles in there. Multi-page flip. The cover does have some light discoloration. It also has this sticker on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pazaya Gemini. Never seen that on there. It's on top of the UK flag. A little bit of discoloration on the back. That's a $55 start. And we have Bruce Springsteen live, 75 to 85. Bruce Springsteen live. We're going to start this at $45. This is a I think the way this works, I don't want to fold it, but I think this obi folds. It's never been creased. So you see right here, that definitely goes on the spine. But we've got it flat, and we're going to leave it flat. This is a $45 start. It has all the original inner sleeves. This is a perfect Japanese pressing. 5 LPs. There's all the original inner sleeves. And this has a lot of stuff with it. Let's see. At least 2 books and an insert of some sort, or a solicitation. And then there's all the mint vinyl. So 5 near mint pristine Japanese LPs, 2 booklets, 5 original inner sleeves, and that is a $55 start. That's Bruce Springsteen, East Street Band, live, 75 to 85. Now, if they pressed a 5 LP Japanese box set with books and obi and mint Japanese vinyl today, that would be like at least MSRP, minimum $200. Probably just for a US version, I would guess. That is nice. And it has the obi. And I think the way that works is maybe like you crease it and just wrap it around the box. I really don't know. Or maybe when it was sealed, they just laid it flat. I don't know how they did that. But it's never been folded. You know, it's still like a flat, slick obi. So I would say just get a nice sleeve and just keep it down in the front of the box like that. It's complete Japanese pressing. Multiple bids already. Sorry, YouTube's not working. Let me see if I click this, if it does something. No, we're live. We're just not connected to Restream. Yeah, I can see everybody's comments. Oh my gosh, yeah. We still got 50 people watching, but I cannot see that. So you knew if for the 51 still on YouTube, you need to please go over to Facebook. And what we'll do is we'll take a break earlier than normal tonight. Whenever we go through all the vintage, we'll take a break earlier than normal and try to restart. But we really can't kill the stream right now. We got everybody on. And if we usually restart, we lose a bunch of viewers. So we're going to keep going just on Facebook, and then we'll take a break earlier than normal after we go through all the vintage. All right, so Springsteen is at 65 with Mike Kennedy. The Beatles is a $55 start. I got the Little Feat, and somebody wanted Hank Williams. Do you still have that, Tanner? Is it Greg Rogers? Hank Williams is sold to Greg Rogers. Now, back to normal. 2 auctions up, new vintage arrivals. What I'll do is right after this bin, I'll start the next bin of vintage, so we can go ahead and go through all the new vintage stuff tonight, and then we'll go ahead and pause and take a break a little bit earlier tonight. I'll make a post and let everybody know what's going on, and then we'll do on sale for the rest of the night. George Strait, Beyond the Blue Neon, $49.99. Eric Clapton, Journeyman, $39.99. There's Atomic Rooster again. Let me get to the new stuff. There's that. Joni Mitchell. Here we go. Joe Cocker, I Can Stand a Little Rain. Joe Cocker is $24.99. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Angel Station. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, $14.99. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, $9.99. Rick Springfield, Comic Book Heroes. Rick Springfield, Comic Book Heroes, $19.99. Runt, The Ballad of Todd Rundgren. That's a Holland pressing, $24.99. Runt, The Ballad of Todd Rundgren, $24.99. We have James Bragg is at 67 on the Bruce Springsteen. That's at 67 with James Bragg. 10 Years After His Greatest Hits, $19.99. 10 Years After His Greatest Hits. Chris Christopherson, The Silver-Tongued Devil and I, $14.99. John Lennon, Double Fantasy, $19.99. The Confessor, Joe Walsh, $19.99 on Joe Walsh. Back to the Egg, Paul McCartney, $24.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, $34.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. A little bit of ring wear on the cover. Nice vinyl, though. $34.99. Stacy Metternich, first on 10 Years After. That's sold to Stacy Metternich. So, Mike Kennedy, you're out on the Bruce Springsteen. James Bragg has that at 67. Mickey Most presents British Go-Go. Herman's Hermits, The Animals, The Cherokees, The Symbols. That's $14.99. Donald Fagen, The Night Fly. Donald Fagen from Steely Dan, $24.99. Mike's out on Bruce, so that means James Bragg has that at 67. Final call, Top Hits of the 50s, Volume 3, $12.99. Ray Charles, Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music, Volume 2, $19.99. Mike is out on Bruce, but he's in on The Night Fly. That's sold to Mike Kennedy, Donald Fagen's Night Fly. The Fleetwoods, Frankie Avalon, the Chiffons, and the Adlibs. I've never seen those artists on the La Grande Historia del Rock. That is $9.99. And we have Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Music by John Williams, $19.99. Has the original Arista inner sleeve. I don't see any 45 or anything with that. $19.99. Definitely need to go through that crate again, because maybe if you were watching on YouTube, you've made your way over to Facebook. Sorry, YouTube is disconnected right now. It still says that we have 57 people over there watching. I guess people's just watching, but I definitely can't see your comments if you're trying to buy something. So if you've just hopped on YouTube and you can hear me, I can't see your comments unless I actually have my Facebook chat open over here next to me. And I don't think I have my other phone with me tonight. I left that at home charging. So Craig Weatherford on Close Encounters. That's sold to Craig Weatherford, or it's in my vehicle. It actually may be in my Tahoe. I usually bring it. I was texting people with it today. 2 record collections text me. One is in Murfreesboro, but I don't think we're interested. And then the other one was in Wisconsin. So always record collections popping up. Craig Weatherford wants Close Encounters. Brian C. on YouTube wanted Donald Fagen. That's already been claimed by somebody that I can actually see, which was Mike Kennedy. So yes, if you're just hopping on and you're on YouTube, please come to Facebook. I can't see your comments until maybe we restart the stream after we take a break. I'm going to fly through this crate one more time because we basically really didn't get to go through it. I've got a new bin coming up after this, a check condition, and then we'll see where we're at on time, and we'll probably go ahead and pause and take a break earlier than normal. So let's go ahead and sell the Bruce Springsteen box for, oh, my bad, there was a new bid. Wolves Council bid $70. Wolves Council bid $70. As I was scrolling up looking for James Bragg's high bid confirmation, Wolves Council bid $70. I'm also missing a lot of bids tonight. So, James Bragg, you're out on Bruce Springsteen. Wolves Council has that for $70. I'm going to go ahead and make the Beatles a buy it now for $55. I will be repeating this a lot. If you're on YouTube, I cannot see your comments. We're streaming. We're live on there right now, but the comments are not coming to our software. We cannot see it on my phone or on our screen. So, just so you know. Sell Thomas, Please Please Me for $55. James Bragg's in on Bruce Springsteen. So let me go through these one more time. We have Wings at the Speed of Sound, $24.99. Maybe if somebody's, you can still comment on the Facebook chat. Maybe people that's watching on there, Craig or anybody else, say, hey, they can't see your comments. Come over to Facebook. Wings is $24.99. George Harrison, Dark Horse was $24.99. Frank Sinatra, All the Way, Sealed, $29.99. We have Billy Joel, Sealed, An Innocent Man, $29.99. A couple sealed records there. Steely Dan Gold, $34.99 in shrink wrap. Jay Giles Band, Nightmares, $19.99. Super Pack, The Ohio Players, 2LP, $54.99. Star Wars, Galactic Funk and Miko, that is $24.99. And Jerry Jeff Walker is $19.99. Jerry Jeff Walker, $19.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Dallas Taylor and Greg Reeves, Deja Vu, $34.99. Wolves Council's at $78 on Bruce Springsteen. James Bragg's at $80. John Leal wants Star Wars and Other Galactic Funk. That's sold to John Leal. We have London Town, Paul McCartney, $24.99. George Harrison, Cloud 9, $24.99. Peter Tosh is in shrink wrap. Legalize It, $34.99. Wolves Council's at $82 on Bruce Springsteen. Red Rose Speedway, $29.99. No sticker on this one. Original cover. Textured. Has the Braille on the back. $29.99. John Leal on George Harrison. That's sold to John Leal, George Harrison. Adam and the Ants is $24.99. Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog, $14.99. Pat Metheny is $19.99. Pat Metheny. Rock and Soul 61 is $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. We got a bid battle going on for the Bruce Springsteen Japanese. This thing has the obi, which has never really been folded. The complete near mint box, which includes 5 near mint Japanese LPs and the 2 book inserts. And this is Everybody's Dancing, Kool and the Gang, $19.99. Ryan Anderson wants the Rock and Soul. That's sold to Ryan Anderson. Joni Mitchell is $19.99. Adam Info, please. Adam Ant, Vive Le Rock, $24.99, $19.85. Cher, Backstage. Don't see that one too often. $34.99. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter, $14.99. The Monkees, Head, a 1968 pressing, $99.99. That's a tough to get Monkees record. Head is $99.99. George Strait, Something Special, $49.99. Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits Volume 2, Sealed, $14.99. On Stage, Volume 2, Hank Williams, $24.99. Gary Moore, Run for Cover, 1985 UK, $24.99. Billy Idol Picture Disc, $34.99. Final Call on Bruce Springsteen. Wolves Council has that for $82. Did James Bragg say out? James Bragg, let me know if you're in or out. Wolves Council has that for $82. Little Feat was a 1970 white label promo, $99.99. $99.99. George Strait, Beyond the Blue Neon, $49.99 on George Strait. Eric Clapton, Journeyman, still available. A pristine copy, $19.89. $39.99. James Bragg's back in on Bruce at $85. In Hearing of Atomic Rooster, a 71 OG UK, $49.99. John Leal, first on Eric Clapton. Wolf says he is out on Bruce Springsteen. James Bragg has that for $85. Final Call. Planet Waves, Bob Dylan, $34.99. The Billy Idol is like a 3-track. It has Eyes Without a Face, Blue Highway, and Do Not Stand in the Shadows. It's a 3-track in the original plastic with sticker. Is Paul McCartney. Yes, all the Paul McCartneys are still available. The Best of Faces, Snakes and Ladders with Rod Stewart, $24.99. Arm Lazelle says he'll take the Billy Idol. Paul McCartney, yes. So we had, of course, including Paul McCartney and Wings, we have Wings at the Speed of Sound and London Town and Red Rose Speedway. There's 3 McCartneys. Fred Carnell wants the Adam Ant. That's sold to Fred Carnell, or did I already pull that? I didn't. That's sold to Fred Carnell, Adam Ant. Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon. That is $19.99. Joe Cocker, I Can Stand a Little Rain, $24.99. I'll take Paul McCartney, Red Rose Speedway. Let's sell that to Wolves Council. And the Billy Joel was sealed. That was Innocent Man, sealed with the Grammy and the Hot sticker track listing, $29.99. Let's also go ahead and tag Bruce Springsteen to James Bragg for $85. That's sold to James Bragg for $85. And Manfred Mann's Earth Band, $14.99. By the way, if you just hopped on YouTube and you're trying to comment, YouTube is not working. You can definitely watch on there. We're live and we're streaming, but I can't see your comments on Restream, which is the software that makes it pop up on my phone and appear on the screen. So hop on over to Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, then you probably can't watch the rest of part 1 until we take a break, and then we're going to come back. But hopefully you can hop over to Facebook. I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay. Let's see here. Got a few questions. Got 3 questions. The first question was Patty asked how much was Billy Joel. I've already pulled that one. It was sealed for $29.99. Legalize It is $34.99. I do not know the year. It's a nice price, which usually means it's a repress if it has a nice price sticker on it. That is the first label, though. It's $34.99. It's near mint shrink wrap. Next question is Billy Joel and OG. I don't know. It has hop stickers on it. It has a barcode on it, which I think all of them will probably have a barcode on it. But it is sealed, and it has a Grammy nominee and a 10 New Songs Uptown Girls on there. That's $29.99. Price on Rick Springfield. That was Working Class Dog, right? Have I already passed that one, or is it coming up? That is, I think, coming up. Patty says she'll take the Billy Joel. Patty asked first about that one. That's sold to Patty. Was there another I feel like there was another Rick Springfield in here. There was. There's Rick Springfield Working Class Dog, and there's about to be another one come up. That is $14.99. Working Class Dog. That has Jesse's Girl on it. And Peter Tosh is $34.99. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. That is $9.99. Rick Springfield Comic Book Heroes is $19.99. Runt, The Ballad of Todd Rundgren. That's a Holland pressing on Bearsville. That's $24.99. Mark said he'd pass on Peter Tosh. No problem. It is a nice price. Usually when you see nice price stickers, this didn't want to go in there the last time. Usually when you see nice price stickers, that is a... They don't usually put those on OG first pressings. That's like 9 times out of 10. But that is the original label, and it's a very nice copy in shrink wrap. But that's usually a key that it's not a first press. But I have seen original year pressings with nice price stickers on them. I've seen new releases. John Mayall had a new release not too long ago. He put a nice price sticker on it. It was a brand new indie exclusive. Wolf's Council wants the Rick Springfield Working Class Dog. That's sold to Wolf's Council. Chris Christopherson, The Silver-Tongued Devil and I, $14.99. John Lennon, Double Fantasy, is $19.99. The Confessor, Joe Walsh, is $19.99. Paul McCartney, the other one, is Back to the Egg, $24.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, $34.99. I believe this did come out on a Columbia 2i. This is technically the repress label, $34.99. Mickey Most Presents British A-Go-Go, $14.99. Realistic Top Hits of the 50s, $12.99. Ray Charles and this kind of late 50s, early 60s compilation, $9.99. Brittany Bragg says she'll take the Peter Tosh. I think that was intentional. The John Mayall, yeah, I think he just wanted to put that sticker on there to make it look like, it kind of had like a, I think he was kind of, I forgot what kind of cover that looked like. It was kind of a remake of a cover from the 80s, I believe. Okay, next crate of new vintage stuff. Never shown. We're going to go right into it, and then we're probably going to pause so we can reset the feed and take a break. But I believe I have a whole bin here of check condition. I do. I've got a whole full bin of check condition. I wonder... I was about to say, I wonder if he got into Wayne's collection. I don't think he did because he's going to mark them. But I was also about to say, I know Wayne was, he'd looked for that record there also forever. I don't think he had it. I'm going to pull that out. Boy, there's some great titles in here. Oh my gosh. Let's see what we got. I'm not going to auction any of them. They're all buy it nows, check condition. You ready, Tanner? Tanner says he's ready. I hope y'all are ready. Sorry that YouTube isn't working. Before I get started, if you're watching on YouTube and you can hear me, you might as well need to get off right now and go to Facebook or just catch us during part 2 and hopefully we can connect to YouTube. But as of right now, it says we have an error. We are not connected to YouTube. We're streaming right now. We're live on there, but you can't comment where we can see it. And it appears where it has to appear for me to get your claim. So, just so you know, I'll say that a couple more times while we're in this crate. We have the Beach Boys Endless Summer. That has a poster with it. VG Plus $19.99. The Beach Boys Endless Summer. VG Plus $19.99. As soon as I remove this hair off of it. VG Plus $19.99. That has the poster with it. VG Plus VG Plus $19.99 has the poster. The Folk Ballads of Ronnie Hawkins, VG Plus $19.99. Johnny Cash, Look at Them Beans. Johnny Cash is VG, $9.99. Jackie to Shannon, Put a Little Love in Your Heart. That's an EX copy, $14.99. Warren Zevon, Excitable Boy. That's a VG copy, $14.99. Dark Side of the Moon. That's a 75 Winchester pressing with poster, VG copy, $34.99. I wonder which poster it is. It's the live Pink Floyd poster, $34.99. So it has a poster, gatefold, 75 Winchester VG vinyl, $34.99. Sticks, Paradise Theater, VG Plus, $12.99. Sticks, The Serpent is Rising. That's one we don't see too often. VG copy, $12.99. Sticks, The Serpent is Rising. There should already be 4 or 5 claims in this crate. We have The Serpent. Toto, The Seventh One, EX, $19.99. Jim Hickson put Zevon. That's Warren Zevon. Ron Duffield, First to Serpent. That's sold to Ron. And now James Bragg said Sticks. James is going to let us know if he wants Serpent. If he did, it's already sold. If he wants Paradise Theater, he can have it. If not, it's sold to Randy Scarborough because he wants both Sticks. Toto, Pink Floyd, Jackie DeShannon, Johnny Cash, Ronnie Hawkins, The Beach Boys, Rush, Permanent Waves, EX, $39.99 in shrink wrap. EX, $39.99 in shrink wrap, Permanent Waves. The Wake of Poseidon, King Crimson, VG Plus, $34.99, a 1970 press. James Bragg passes on Serpent, so that means Randy, you get Paradise Theater. Joe Gabriel first on Rush, Permanent Waves. Chris Christopherson, me and Bobby McGee, VG Plus, $9.99. Peter Gabriel plays live, Gold Stamp promo, VG Plus, $29.99 with poster. Peter Gabriel, VG Plus, $29.99 with poster. Funkadelic, Uncle Jam Wants You. That's a VG copy, $19.99. It's a 79 Winchester. Give Paradise to James. I'll take the other one. Actually, Ron Duffield got Serpent. James Bragg was second. You was third on Serpent, and I've got you down for you was the only one who claimed Paradise. So if you don't want it, let me know, but you were the only one who claimed it. Rob Scheffler got Funkadelic. Craig was second. Mark was third. Neil was fourth. Tim was fifth. And James says he does not need it if Mark is passing. VG copy of Diver Down and shrink wrap of Hop Sticker, $24.99. So Randy, James didn't want Paradise Theater. So it's yours if you want it, or we can put it back. And if you don't want it, John Leal does. So somebody wants it. Genesis Abacab. Genesis VG Plus, $14.99. Genesis Abacab. Robert Plant, In the Mood. Pledge Pen, Horizontal Departure live from Dallas, Texas. That's VG Plus. Never seen that before. VG Plus, $9.99. John Leal first to Genesis. So give that Paradise Theater to John Leal. And John Leal gets Genesis, and he also gets Robert Plant. Kiss Love Gun. VG copy, $19.99, 1977 RCA Music Club. Arm Lozelle, you were second on Robert Plant. Johnny and the Hurricanes. That's a VG Plus, $19.99. Jackie was third on Robert Plant. NXS, Shabu Shabba, EX on that one, $29.99. The Best of Arlo Guthrie, VG copy, $9.99. Steely Dan, Aja, EX, $32.99. Aja or Aja, one of the two. Gatefold, nice. Let's see which matrix number this is. This is matrix number AB. DD, VG condition, question mark. Is DD, this is Diver Down. Diver Down is VG on the vinyl, $24.99. Covers in shrink wrap with hop sticker. Next comment is Mike Kennedy on Steely Dan. And Craig Ruth, you were fifth on Robert Plant. Tim, you were second on Steely Dan. Got Live if you want it, the Rolling Stones. Red Label Mono. VG copy, $14.99. Red Label Mono. VG, $14.99. Bookend, Simon & Garfunkel, VG Plus, $9.99 with the poster. VG Plus, $9.99. Bookend, Simon & Garfunkel. We have Wolves Council first on the Rolling Stones. John Young first on Simon & Garfunkel. Asia. That's how I've always said it. Steely Dan, Asia. But I think sometimes I put an ah on the end. Wet Willie. Wet Willie is EX, $17.99. If Donnie Lewis, if you end up buying something from us, I will give you first time instructions. But basically, we send you a link for an invoice and you pay with a credit or debit card. If you have a credit or debit card, you can buy from us. We do not do PayPal. There is a way you can pay through PayPal, but basically if you have a credit or debit card, which I believe most Americans have, you can buy from us. Jethro Tull stand-up, or Canadians, or people over watching in the UK that buy from us too. They have credit cards too. Jethro Tull is VG $14.99. I guess anywhere in the world, I should say. Has the pop-up cover, VG vinyl, $14.99. Jethro Tull stand-up, that's VG $14.99. Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band, that's VG plus $17.99. Surfer Girl, The Beach Boys, Yellow Capital Label, VG plus $14.99. If you make a purchase and you're a first-time buyer, I will recognize that you're a first-time buyer and I will gladly give you first-time instructions. Only thing you got to do is make a purchase first. Santana Marathon, EX $17.99. Classic Yes is VG plus $14.99. Classic Yes, VG plus $14.99. This is the Yes compilation. No 45 actually. There for the longest, we couldn't find the bonus 45 of these. The last two have had the 45. This one doesn't. VG Plus condition, $14.99. The Mothers of Invention, VG Plus $24.99. Mothers of Invention. Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You, VG Plus $24.99. Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You, VG Plus $24.99. Led Zeppelin Coda, EX condition, $37.99. Ryan Anderson, first on Al Green. Mark Cunningham was second. Pete Shelley, Homo Sapien, EX, $19.99. Pete Shelley. Paul McCartney, self-titled, also known as McCartney, VG Plus, $19.99. Tarkus, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, VG, $9.99. Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues, that's a VG copy, $19.99. Walt Cruz wants the Pete Shelley. We have Journey, Look into the Future. That's EX $17.99. Mark Cunningham on, never mind. Craig Weatherford first on Talking Heads. Neil was second. Eric was third. John Leal first on Journey. We have, here's the reissue of Serpent. If you missed out on the first one, here's the reissue of it, $9.99. Jim Hickson, you were 1, 2, 3, fourth or fifth on Talking Heads. Another Styx, Cornerstone, VG plus $14.99. For LP fans only, Elvis Presley, 68 Indianapolis Press, VG plus $24.99 for LP fans only. Mike Kennedy on Styx Serpent. Mike Kennedy's first of that. Clay Moore was second. We have Frank Sinatra, That Old Feeling, VG plus $9.99. Roy Gallagher, Irish Tour 1974, VG plus $24.99. Irish Tour 74. The Five Americans, I See the Light, Hanna-Barbera, VG plus $9.99. The Five Americans. Looking Glass, EX $39.99. 72 Santa Maria, the cover has some seam splits. We had a mint one we sold the other night, or maybe we still have it, for $65. This one's EX with a little bit of cover damage. That is $39.99. Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. Joni Mitchell is VG Plus, Blue, $39.99. Joni Mitchell Blue, $39.99. Joni Mitchell, 71. Wish You Were Here, a 78 Terre Haute Press, EX, $54.99. EX, $54.99. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. John Young, first on Joni Mitchell. We do have a Led Zeppelin in here. It's Coda. Led Zeppelin Coda is EX, $37.99. White Duck. White Duck is VG plus $29.99. Interesting. White Duck is VG plus $29.99. Mark Cunningham. Pink Floyd is from 1978. If you want it, it's yours. If not, it's sold to Joe Gabriel. We have Around the World with Three Dog Night, VG plus $24.99. Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School. This is EX, $19.99. Warren Zevon, Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School. Steve Miller Band, Children of the Future, VG plus $14.99. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits is a VG $14.99. The Legend, Patsy Cline, EX $26.99. The Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, VG copy $14.99. We have Led Zeppelin Presence, that's a VG plus $29.99, a 1976 GR pressing, Led Zeppelin Presence. Van Morrison, Hard Nosed the Highway, VG plus $24.99, and Van Halen self-titled EX $42.99, original inner sleeve, $42.99. Van Halen self-titled. Seam splits on Looking Glass. You sure can. Looking Glass, it's actually in a weird spot. It's back here. It starts halfway up the spine. Then it makes a right turn and it goes about a third of the way up the front of the jacket on the left. It also has a missing piece back here. And Jane or somebody wrote her name on the back. And that's $39.99. Looking Glass. Brandy, you're a fine girl. All right, next is James Bragg. He gets the Rolling Stones, Tattoo You. After that was Mark Cunningham on Van Morrison, Hard Nosed the Highway. Sherry was second on Rolling Stones. Mark passes on Van Morrison. All right, so Rolling Stones was the only one claimed out of there to James Bragg. I'm going to read through these titles one more time. If you didn't know any prices, let me know. By the way, if you're watching over on YouTube, we cannot see your comments. So if you've been watching about the last 20 minutes that I've been going through that crate and you've been trying to buy, I cannot see your comments. You've probably noticed that by now. They're not popping up on the screen. So what we're going to do is I'm going to recap this crate. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Probably we'll be done by 9. We'll come back at 9:30, very early, to start part 2. We have probably a recap of some sort, but most importantly, why you want to come back is we're going to have on-sale records for $6.99. On-sale records for $6.99 and some half off and some buy it now best offer. So most of part 2 is going to be discounted vintage. We don't have a lot of new vinyl from this week. I probably can fit all the new vinyl into about one crate for Monday and Tuesday. Mike Kennedy says he'll take the Looking Glass. Let me make sure John Young doesn't want that, since he asked. If John Young passes, we'll sell that to Mike Kennedy. The Rick Springfield, I'll do $12 on that if you want it, Wolves Council. Here's what's left in this. So hopefully when we come back, YouTube will be working. Definitely sign on there. Also, make sure you're subscribed to YouTube, because that's how you get more direct notifications. You can get a more direct YouTube notification, or a notification of when we go live, even if you don't watch. Let me know. Also, I'm going to go ahead and show this as I buy it now. Actually, I'm going to wait. I might want to keep that. Okay. Let's see here. What was I about to pull? I was about to pull the Rick Springfield, though. That's $12 to Wolves Council. All right, here's what's left in this crate. We have a couple questions already. The Beach Boys, Endless Summer. These are all check condition. Folk ballads, Ronnie Hawkins. Johnny Cash, Look at Them Beans. Jackie DeShannon, Put a Little Love in Your Heart. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Toto, The Seventh One. In the Wake of Poseidon, King Crimson. Chris Christopherson, Me and Bobby McGee. Peter Gabriel, the vinyl is VG+. It's a gold stamp promo. The cover's about VG. It has the poster with it. Looks like the poster has a little bit of tape on it. It does have some tape and marks on it. The cover and poster are about VG, VG-. Vinyl is VG+, $29.99. We also got Kiss Love Gun. That's a VG copy, $19.99, 1977. VG on the vinyl, about a VG cover as well. Johnny and the Hurricanes, In Excess, The Best of Arlo Guthrie, Van Halen, Wet Willie, Jethro Tull, Deep Purple, The Beach Boys, Santana, Classic Yes, The Mothers of Invention was asked by Scott. The vinyl is VG+. Just another band from LA, The Mothers, VG+, $24.99. Led Zeppelin Coda, Paul McCartney, Emerson Lake and Palmer Tarkus, Styx Cornerstone, Elvis for LP fans only, Frank Sinatra, Roy Gallagher, The Five Americans, White Duck, Three Dog Night, Warren Zevon, Steve Miller Band, Jimi Hendrix, Patsy Cline, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, and Van Morrison. Condition and price of Deep Purple. There was no Deep Purple in here, and I think I answered, let's see, I answered Mike Kennedy got the Looking Glass. I answered the Peter Gabriel, and there's no Deep Purple. And In Excess was EX on the vinyl, and I believe that one was $29.99. Let me find that. Yes, that was EX 29.99. Info on Patsy. That's called The Legend. Patsy Cline. That's a 2LP hits comp on Hilltop, and that's EX 26.99. There's two Led Zeppelins. There's Coda and Presence. Coda and Presence. Arm Lazelle said he will take the live Peter Gabriel. That's just, I didn't know that came with a poster. First time me knowing that came with a poster. That's owed to Arm Lazelle. Led Zeppelin Presence. It is a 76. Somebody wrote their name on the cover. 76 VG Plus 29.99. And what else did we have in here? I do have Deep Purple in here. Oh, I may do. Come Taste the Band. That is true. Yes, I do. Deep Purple is VG Plus 17.99. Come Taste the Band. VG Plus 17.99 from 1975. Thank you, Jim. Forgot about that one. And then the other Led Zeppelin was Coda. The other Led Zeppelin was Coda. Let me find that. Where are you, Coda? Right here. And that was EX. Great stuff. This is an album that came out technically after Led Zeppelin broke up, after John Bonham died. It was all the stuff that had not been released on albums. And there's some good stuff in here. We're Gonna Groove, Poor Tom, I Can't Quit You Baby, Walter's Walk, Ozone Baby, Darlene, Bonzo's Montreux, which is another drum solo in Wear and Tear. Yeah, those are all, man, that's a unfortunate he had to buy. I'm speechless. What would Led Zeppelin been like in the 80s? They didn't even make it to the 80s. They might have broke up anyway, or they might have had some amazing 80s rock music all through the 80s. It probably would have sounded a lot like Robert Plant's solo stuff. So, awesome gatefold. That's Led Zeppelin at Nebworth. That photo there. They went out and did a press kind of photo session out at Nebworth before that major festival, where they played in front of about 500,000 people. Coda. All right, Three Dog Night was a VG Plus 24.99. Todd Tipton wants the Deep Purple. I'll make sure Chris Wood Sr. doesn't want that. If Chris Wood Sr. doesn't want it, then Todd, that's yours. Joe, Three Dog Night was VG Plus 24.99. So it's been kind of a strange night. Our connection hadn't been great. What we're going to do is going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to try to figure out why we're not connecting to YouTube. When we come back, I'm probably going to do a quick recap. Mike Kennedy, you did get Looking Glass. I'm going to do maybe a quick recap of some early stuff we've shown, but mostly I'm going to show on sale vintage vinyl. If you can't come back tonight, if you got to go to bed, I'm sorry, but I will see you again tomorrow night at 7. But we are going to have a part 2 tonight and sell hopefully a lot more vinyl. We got a lot to catch up on. So that's in 30 minutes, 9:30 Central Time. Come back and try looking for the feed about 9:32 or 9:35. And we should be on and active by then. If you can't find us on YouTube, you might want to hop over to Facebook and let us know that you can't get on YouTube, but hopefully we'll be connected. All right, so we'll be back in about 35-40 minutes for part 2. It'll be a lot of on-sale vintage, blowouts, auctions will continue, and we'll do some recapping. Maybe even some buy it now best offering on tonight's stuff.